Welcome back. All right, so a little less formal for this one than normal. I figured I'd wear Blue Jays because why not? First off, our fantasy hockey league is done for the season. This is via the
It's on the Patreon Discord, but it's for patrons and members at the $15 level or higher.
Yep.
And so this is our second year, right, that we've had this. Yes, I'm pretty positive. Second year we've done the THG Fantasy Hockey. It's gone really well. I've watched a bit of it. The guys seem to have a whole lot of fun with that.
And I keep meaning to throw it into a news video, and then I forget. You tell me, I come in here and I forget.
I give them updates on the fantasy hockey fairly frequently.
Yep.
So,
but now that I understand, now that I watched that video last night on how when you change rooms, your brain resets, now I can say, all right, that makes sense. That's
Shannon has one brain on the set and then another one for the rest of the house.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Yep. I'm just getting numbers ready for tonight's games because I haven't got the boards fully set up. But the 525s won game 5 of the matchup against Temu's Salami. I do not name the teams.
No, they gotta name their own teams,
yeah.
Of course.
I have nothing to do with the names of the teams.
Yeah, so I think we had 11 teams that made it through the whole season, so...
I think we had one team that had to step out, didn't we?
We did. We had one team that had to
step out.
For fantasy hockey, that's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
That's one of the problems that why we didn't have fantasy hockey for so many years, is it just... We couldn't keep it together enough.
We tried. It was a disaster. It was better that we didn't keep that going.
But Mark and Lars have put so much work into it and have created a pretty
Appreciate you, Mark. Appreciate you.
Shannon just did heart hands. So.
I did. Badly.
Somebody needs to screenshot that, and that can be on Discord or something like that.
Something like that. All right, so before I get... Yeah. Okay.
We will post more about the fantasy hockey pretty soon. We're going to have 2 different leagues next year.
Yep.
We do have room for more teams. For this league, I think we have room for 5 teams. I think. And then the other room, other league, I think we have room for 16. I could be wrong. I will double check that. But we will get all of that up. We'll get that updated and all of that. But if you're a patron or a member, you can go onto the Patreon Discord, and we've got a special channel specifically for the fantasy hockey, and you can see what everybody's all done and everything. So that's a whole lot on that.
All right, let me just move this out.
Did you not show the fancy box cover?
Okay, so there's a wrapper around this. So Fanatics has sent us. Yeah, it's this fancy cover, but since that's not the actual box, it's the standard Fanatics box. Which I have to say, we've been using these.
Yeah.
And the rabbits really like chewing on them.
These are really good for cardboard. Mailing parcels. They're super strong and got a magnet on them.
Yeah. And bunnies love magnets for some reason.
Yeah, they do.
And yet you can never stick them to the whiteboard. I've tried. I don't.
Bunnies aren't magnetic.
No matter how many magnets they eat, they don't become magnetic.
For those wondering, Cinnabon is doing way, 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 way better today.
She actually came to the door today, and she was all excited. And then she did her laps around my feet, and she gets on her hind feet and she begs, which she has not been doing for almost a week.
4 or 5 days that she was really sick.
So like the first time I called her and she didn't come, and then I went and talked to her and she just laid there. I was like, this is bad. This is not my rabbit. This is not good. So, but thanks to Nurse Yvonne here, force feeding.
If you know bunnies.
You got to force feed them.
Yeah, once they get sick, you don't have a whole lot of time. But we've got her. She should be good now.
All right, so let's get into what Fanatics has sent.
We have no idea what is in this box.
All they asked was what size we wear. That was it. All right, you want a T-shirt?
Whoa. Oh, this one's yours.
Yep. All right, so we'll go ahead and trade.
Switch. So, Ovechkin shirts. Very fun.
So, all-time goals leader.
That's pretty cool. Ooh, the gold's sparkly. Ooh, sparkly.
And then sweatshirts as well.
Ooh.
Okay, that's a medium. That's
Hoodies.
mine.
I
What
like
is the problem,
hoodies because
cats?
I'm always cold, so
Stop.
that works
Stop,
out.
stop. No fighting. We're doing a video. Stop. And I can't start this over, so knock it off.
There's the sleeve. Ah, bad angle.
Most goals in NHL history, Alex Ovechkin. That's a good hoodie, too.
Pocket. I know. You
That's not
know,
bad.
I like the Fanatics hoodies.
I do. Like,
They've, in the past few years, even when they were doing the different jerseys, I liked their hoodies.
Yep. Like, we've talked about the Fanatics branded jerseys before this year, which are not fantastic, comparatively speaking to what the Adidas were. Now, the Fanatics Pro that I've got have been good this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, their hoodies have been very good. We've got a bunch of hoodies that are Fanatics branded that we've enjoyed. So if you see the Fanatics hoodies online, they're actually pretty good. But yeah, so that's nice. Yeah, that's not too shabby. It's not bad. Oh, neat. Interesting.
A different kind.
Yeah, because the
Not the
plastic
weird.
ones always crack.
Yeah.
So makes sense to try something more. It's like rubber. That's nice. That's not too bad.
Yep.
So there
That's
you go.
pretty fun.
Fanatics. We're
I
also.
I like the sleeve. Did
Once-
you see the sleeve?
that
Has
is
both
nice.
Their logos on
That
it.
is nice. Yeah, I like that.
The sleeve's fun.
Someday they got to put the eagle on the front. That has to be on the front of a jersey. That would be really nice. It's just the one sleeve that's like that too. Interesting. Very interesting.
It's your side that's at your driver's window.
Well, for me, I'm left-handed, so that's the one that I write with and do everything with, so that works. Yeah, so not too shabby. Thank you to Fanatics and all that fun stuff. We are going to be looking at, for people who might be patrons or members, we are going to be looking at the levels. With the regular season winding down, I'll have more time. We can get in. We know we need to refresh all of that and go through what the perks are. We still have the store through fourth wall that we're going to have to try to get finished.
I know. Sorry, that's me.
Yep. Both
I
of
have
us.
so many things that I'm trying to do right now.
But it's my channel too. I have to take responsibility on that.
We've got
as well.
3 kids, and it's the time of year where I've got all of the things.
Yep.
And add taxes to it, and kids, and then more kids, and then a bunny gets sick, and so I just don't have time. I am trying. I have got a lot of stuff on fourth wall, but I'm not finished yet.
Yep, and then we'll have to circle back with the guy from Fourth Wall and work on like an
We need to
official
do the
launch.
jersey. We got to figure out how to do the jersey.
Yeah.
We need to do that.
Yeah, and so that's coming. That'll be hopefully as soon as possible. I apologize. I don't really talk about the members, the patrons part of things with the channel so much because I know that like other YouTubers, you get that all the time. And
True.
so I'm like, okay, people know it's there. They see the join button. They know all of that exists. I'm not going to try to push it on them. But in this case, I do feel like the fantasy team has been overdue for its recognition for winning this season and for a pretty chill atmosphere with the fantasy that we've had this year. So that's kind of fun.
Really
and then the winner gets, what, a THG sweatshirt? Is
and the runner-up, I was telling Mark that we have to figure that out, whether we want to do that through spring or if we should do something through fourth wall.
We should do that through fourth wall because the new stuff that's going to be up is going to be kind of fun. So I'm looking forward to that because there's more that we can do with that than what we've been able to do with Teespring.
It's more complicated, though.
It is a bit more complicated
on our end,
but it is totally going to be worth it. So. Thank you guys for all of the support and everything. Channel's doing really, really well right now. I've been impressed with some of the numbers I've been seeing on the channel lately. So thank you to everybody who comments, shares, likes, all that fun stuff, all the interaction, letting the algorithm know that hey, this channel's doing all right. So I wanted to do that unboxing, and so I've got some Ovechkin stuff. So if the Capitals. If the Capitals win the Stanley Cup, I could always wear that for the Stanley Cup winner video, but that's in June. So I don't know how much I'm going to want to wear a hoodie in June.
Whatever, it's still chilly in June.
Not when the Stanley Cup's awarded. That's normally like the third week of June. That's when it
Oh,
starts
that's when
getting a
it
little
starts
toasty.
getting warm.
So, but we'll see. I do
wear
have the
sweatshirts
T-shirt.
in June.
I do have the T-shirt. So
It's just July and August. You can't really wear hoodies.
and sometimes early September too.
Yeah.
We're supposed to get a really warm spring though. That's the long-term forecast. It's supposed to be warmer than normal for spring.
We'll see.
And of course, for anybody curious, meetups will be starting once.
I've had people asking at Abbotsford games. So people approach me at Abbotsford games, and I've had a few people. When are the meetups starting? And people excited about that. So, and there was one person that approached me right as somebody from the Abbotsford Canucks was talking to me, and I had to tell him, "Oh, hold on," and then he walked away, and I felt really bad.
Yeah. But that'll be getting started once we have a weekend day where, at the very least, early in the day, there's no hockey going on. I could see us doing one in the morning on a Saturday or a Sunday, but keep in mind that's always posted on the Facebook page.
Always.
I also posted on the community tab on YouTube when we get one of those started. So pay attention to those tabs, and
I do always post it on Facebook. I always make a Facebook event. Yep. I try and remember to put it on YouTube. I don't always remember.
But it is that fun time of year where my work schedule gets a little bit lighter. I don't have 32 teams to watch. I just have 16, and then it's 8, and then it's 4, and then
I know, and you have days
it
off.
whittles down, and
great.
it's kind of nice. So but thank you guys for your support throughout this regular season. It's been greatly appreciated. I got 10 games tonight. We'll see if any of them are competitive. We'll see. I may very well modify the review process because games don't mean a whole lot. So maybe who's pressuring at what point in the game is a lot less consequential, and just get into what those results tell us. So at any rate, thank you guys for your support. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And at some point I may be doing a baseball video or two on the Entertainment Guy channel. Because once the NHL's regular season's done, there's that little bit of extra time there where maybe I can talk about Vladdy Guerrero getting $500 million.
That's crazy.
$500 million. I would play baseball for 1% of that. I'm not greedy. I would play baseball for 1% of that. I can stand around in the outfield and just wait and see if a ball's hit towards me. And when it is, I can be like, we'll see if I can catch it. And then the whole adventure starts there, because I'm left-handed. But the funny thing is, when I was a kid, I learned to catch with my left hand and throw with my left hand, because nobody taught me how to play baseball correctly. So I would catch, take the glove off, and then throw.
Oh.
And that's not how you play baseball. And so once I got older and they were like, no, you have to get your glove in your right hand. I'm like, I can't catch with my right hand. I do everything with my catch and then throw. And it just takes too much time. So anyways, and I'm not making a video of that before anybody asks. But thank you guys so much for all your support as always. And we will have to do live streams again starting soon.
Yes. Yeah, we'll actually have time to do those.
Yeah.
Since there won't be games all the time.
In fact, in the event that maybe on Thursday night, if the games don't mean anything, maybe we could do a live stream during the games on Thursday night. I was thinking that, if the games don't matter.
It would have to depend on the time.
All right. We'll work that out, and of course you guys will get
I'm the mom taxi,
if/when that happens. So
a lot of times I'm busy being mom taxi.
Right. So anyways, thanks for your support, and we will talk to you again soon.